wanted to ask you, how did you decide to do Jesus Christ Superstar?
Well, when somebody calls you up and says, we want you to play Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar, live on NBC, Easter Sunday, all those things sound like, that's pretty attractive, that's pretty appealing. It's a challenge to do it. A lot of people are gonna be watching, and people, you know, there's some pressure, but I felt like, I gotta do it. This is a big deal. This is a big offer. A lot of the producers I knew, I had worked with Mark Platt before on La La Land. I had worked with Craig Zidane and Neil Marin on the Oscars. We had done the Glory performance together with Common. And I had worked with Harvey Mason Jr. before, who was also going to be on the show as a music producer. And so the team was great, the role was great, and we didn't know who all the cast was going to be yet, but I felt like it was going to be a big opportunity, and I wanted to do it.
Man, it wasn't the main thing, like, I'm going to be the first Black Jesus on
Yeah,
TV.
that was
like,
exciting too.
Singing Black Jesus. Singing Black Jesus.
That was exciting too. I didn't think it was a big deal because I didn't know if they had ever had another Black Jesus in a major production of it before. But I knew, you know, how we've seen Jesus historically, and if you look at, you know, so many representations you've seen of him, most of the time he's white, he's got, you know, blonde hair and light eyes, even though he's supposed to be from the Middle East. And so it was always kind of what we grew up seeing, a different version of Jesus. And it was nice to show people that we could see ourselves, someone of brown skin playing Jesus. And the whole cast was really diverse too, so it was really cool.
The thing that I thought was most amazing about it is, like, only time I ever see, like, a Black Jesus is like when you go into somebody's house that's Black.
Grandma's house.
Or like on Comedy Central where they have the TV
Yeah.
show Black Jesus, but it's like they making fun of Jesus, which
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But then when I saw you, I was like, he is Jesus. Because he looked like he could be a little bit of everybody. That's what most Black people look like, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
That's Jesus. You was real Jesus.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, and I was so proud. You know, when I was in high school, we did a production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
So what did you play?
I was in the ensemble. I was just, you know, member of the town.
Okay.
I was in the back, you know.
In the ensemble.
I was holding, hey, yeah, superstar. That was
there's
me.
no small parts, they say.
Yeah, you know, I stood out. I stood out. But I was missing notes.
Do you sing? Do you like to sing?
I love to sing.
Okay.
I'm just not the best at it.
Okay.
You know, I like to sing like hard songs. Left foot, good job.
Now, the first time I saw you, do you remember when we met the first time?
At the
Comedy Club.
Yeah, at the Comedy Club.
We had just saw your set, and we walked out after your set because we felt like we didn't need to see anybody else because you were amazing.
Yeah.
And it was me and my wife. We walked out, and you were standing there, and we greeted you for a second, told you how much we loved your set. And I told Chrissy, I was like, I feel like she's gonna be famous. I'm not trying to act like I'm a scout or anything, like I know comedy, but I felt like you should be famous. And now you're famous.
Hello, I made it.
Yes, you did.
I've been working for years at it.
I know you have. And how many years have you been at that club and around clubs in LA?
I've been at the Laugh Factory since I was 15 years old.
Wow.
So only like 6 years because I'm 21
Yes,
now.
of course,
So, nah, well, how old am I? Yeah.
How are we saying we are?
Well, I'm 21 for the 17th year.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, got it.
Come December.
Well, I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year.
Okay, well then I'm 38. I'll be 39 this year. All right, since you tell the truth, I tell the truth.
Yes.
Shame the devil. Let's
Yes,
tell the
shame
truth.
it, but you look good.
So do you.
And your career is just blossoming.
Thank you.
And now you're in Last OG.
Yeah, The Last OG with Tracy Morgan, and it has been quite a ride. It's been really fun.
Do you like doing TV series as compared to doing film?
Man, doing film is they both a lot of hours, and it just, I guess doing a TV series, you develop, well, dang, no, because when I work with a crew too, when I work on a movie, to me, like, the crew is my audience. Like, I'm first a stand-up comedian.
Yes,
And
so you think of yourself first as a comedian?
at first as a comedian, I need the instant gratification, like, immediate. So, I might be an attention whore a little bit. Like,
okay.
Hey, at least I'm honest.
And you're getting paid to do it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So when I'm doing television, like when I was doing the Carmichael show, and we had a live studio audience.
Which I loved.
Thank you.
And I'm sad it's gone away.
Me too.
But it's okay. You still.
But everybody's winning.
You got a new gig. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like that was great because it was immediate. And then like this TBS show, The Last OG, like we shoot like single camera. So then there's no audience, so my audience is the crew. So if they laugh, when they say cut, I'm like, oh, okay. But if they don't laugh, I'm like, was that good enough? I don't know.
So as a comedian, did you do any writing on the show too, or you just
on The Last OG? No, they wouldn't let me.
So you see these scripts come in. Are you thinking, I need to punch this up?
Yeah, and I will punch the hell out of a script. And they'll be like, wait, that's not what it said. I'm like, I know.
Yes. And so you do a lot of improv.
Trust me, it's not even improv. Like I'll write a note, I'll write a note, or I'll go to the writers like, you guys, can I say this? Because I promise you, my community will get this. My fan base will be like, yes, Tiffany.
Yes.
So, and sometimes they let me do it, and sometimes they're like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, we was arguing over some Balenciagas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you figured it out?
Yeah, we figured it out.
Okay.
So I went with the Reeboks.
Okay. But how do you decide what kind of projects you take on?
Does it make me, like, I love comedy, so does it make me laugh out loud? And if it's a drama, because I have done some dramas, does it make my heart beat? Does it make me feel like, ooh, this is what I want to do?
So when did you get the Last OG script? Was it before you, all the great buzz and everything you got from Girls Trip, or was it after?
It was after Girls Trip.
Okay.
It was after Girls Trip. And
did the offers just start rolling in more than ever after that?
No, not really.
Really?
Not a lot. Not till, I would say like once, okay, Girls Trip came out.
Yeah.
Then my comedy special came out.
Yes.
Like maybe a month and a half later.
So that was a good month.
Yeah, it was like a month and a half. Nobody was really, they was like, we like you and everything. And then when the comedy special came out, then stuff started like kind of trickling in. And then when that SNL hit,
yes,
bam!
That was everything.
She was out there.
So the offers were coming, and now how are you dealing with it all? It's like when can you schedule all this work?
You know, some stuff I just gotta say no.
You gotta say no.
I gotta say no.
It's a good luxury to be able to say no.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me about some of your like early stuff, like where it was random acting, like in some random shows. You're like, I hope nobody sees that.
My very first movie I ever did called I'm the number you acting on it.
What?
Nobody ever sees that. No,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Hopefully you won't. Trey, stop calling me.
When can I meet the kids, Shay?
You want to see the kids? My kids?
Our kids.
Oh, I don't know. How about when you get a job or volunteer at a community center? Something. In other words, make something of yourself. What did you learn the most when you worked on Jesus Christ Superstar and producing
Well, it was intense because it was a theater production, also a TV show, and there was a live audience there too. So it was a very intense experience, just all the things happening at once. The hardest part for me, and what I learned the most, I guess, was just learning all the material, because I had never done the show before, Jesus Christ Superstar. I had done 1 or 2 songs in show choir when I was in high school from the show, but I had never really learned the material before, and so just studying all of the music and getting it ready, because I'm used to singing my own songs all the time, and I know how those go. I wrote them, but getting prepared and learning how to sing the songs in the way that Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice originally wrote them, that was the toughest part and the most intense part of the learning experience.
What about all the makeup and stuff?
There was all kinds of makeup. We had blood, we had, a crown of thorns, we had the whole thing. And, I got crucified.
Yeah.
It was intense. I had to get whipped on stage by the ensemble.
Now, was it real whips? Or was it like...
They were hands, so they would just push me. But I felt it.
You felt it?
We did it in rehearsal like 1,000 times too, so I was like a little sore.
Were you bruised?
I was bruised a little bit after rehearsal, yeah. Yeah, but that's how much I love my craft.
You get bruises for it.
I'd get bruises for it, yeah.
What was the most, what part of doing that show were you most concerned about? Like, oh, is this gonna work out?
Well, the craziest part about the show was when I booked it, I had already booked a tour in Asia. So I did 3 weeks on tour in Asia the first 3 weeks of March. Then I came back for the last week of March, and the show was April 1st. So I had 1 week of rehearsal left after I had come back from tour, and I had rehearsed a couple weeks before that. So I get back, I'm jet lagged. I had done shows every other night, 2 hours a night, singing my own songs on tour in Asia. I get back, I'm jet lagged, and I'm just worried, is my body and my voice gonna hold up in time for the show? And so that was my biggest worry, was just getting my rest up, getting my voice back, and making sure I was ready for the show.
How do you get your voice back when you're tired like that? Because I have not figured it out yet.
You have to rest. You have to not talk for a while. For me, my doctor, I know, right? My doctor is always like, be silent as much as you can, don't talk a lot. Of course, you drink a lot of water, and there are also some kinds of drugs that they'll give you, like they'll give you steroids if it's really bad. You don't want to keep doing that, but
I don't want my stuff to shrink.
No, it's not that kind of steroid. It's not like bodybuilding steroids, but they'll give you some kind of steroids if you have really bad inflammation on your voice. But that's the last resort. Otherwise, drink a lot of water, get some rest, don't talk too much, and drink some tea, and usually
now, you might not want to tell everybody you're doing these steroids, because now you might get excommunicated from the competition.
No, trust me, I promise you, every famous singer you know has had to take some prednisone every once in a while.
Really?
I promise you.
What?
Absolutely.
Oh man,
That's
not Beyonce. Are you telling me Beyonce had to take
I promise
some?
you, I don't know that for a fact, but I promise you every singer has had rough times, and occasionally your doctor will say, I need to give you some prednisone to get you through.
Well, I hope the Grammys don't get mean and be like, you know what, if you had to take some prednisone, we got to take your Grammy back. What? All these years?
PED crisis in music at the Grammys. Who knew?
Who knew?
Have to know, my Lord. Have to know, my Lord. Why do I die? Oh.
Yeah.
So now you're like bona fide celebrity. You like go on talk shows, your stories are famous.
I do be having some stories.
So how do you deal with just the fame and the social media and the celebrity of it all?
Well, you know, personally, I do enjoy reading the comments. And
I do too.
I really do enjoy
Sometimes
reading.
they're crazy, but...
Yes, sometimes they're so funny, and sometimes they're so mean.
Yes.
And then I like to kill them with kindness. See, I like to go in there and rip their soul out their body with joy and happiness and tell them, bless their heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Yes.
You know, you say bless your heart. You know what that means?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I like
Kill
to
them
do.
with kindness.
Kill them with the kindness, but I'm actually cursing them.
Yeah.
With blessings.
With blessings. Curse them with blessings. Kill them with kindness. Okay.
Yeah, because it hurts them. You know, because hurt people like to hurt people, and hurt people like to say mean things to you because they want to hurt you.
And I tweet about politics a lot, so I get a lot of that kind of flack. So people are like, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up and sing. Shut up and sing. You don't know what you're talking about, you stupid liberal. And I get that a lot. But sometimes I want to kill them with kindness, but sometimes I want to like actually inform them.
Right.
Them.
You can still inform them with kindness.
Yes, indeed.
And then at the end of it say, bless your heart.
Sometimes I do want to just regular clap back though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, I claps back too.
Yeah.
I like clap back, like, thank you for introducing me to your 8 followers.
Yes.
I really appreciate it. You the best publicist I ever had. You talk about me every day, wasting your life on me. That means you love me. Look at you liking me.
Love me.
Look at you. You must see something in me that you want for you.
Yes.
So I hope you get it.
Yes.
You the cheapest publicist I ever had.
Yes.
That's what I be telling them, stuff like that.
So when you think about role models, like as actor or as a comedian, who do you think about as the people you look up to?
The people I look up to like the Richard Pryors, the Lucille Balls, you know, also, you know, I look up to basically any female on that Forbes magazine list for like best actresses that's getting paid, you know, the actresses getting paid, because I want to get on that list. So I actually have that list pinned up on my vision board, like, yeah, I'm going to be on there and I'm going to be the one with the 10.
Okay.
Up in there, I'm gonna get in there, you know.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm gonna get there.
I see it happening.
But I'm gonna get there. And then all the men gonna be coming for me and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry.
You mean they're not coming from you now?
No, if they are, I don't know.
They may not be able to get to you.
Yeah,
they want you.
I'm busy. I'm busy. But if you could put a word in for me too, you know, there's a few of them I would pick from.
Do you find guys like women to make them laugh? I have a wife that makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah, I think guys that are confident in themselves
Yeah.
love women that make them laugh.
Yeah.
I think guys that are very insecure,
Yeah.
which just seems to be what I attract.
A lot of guys are insecure.
Yeah, that they don't like it so much.
Yeah.
They be cool like the first few dates, and then they like, wait a minute, you can control this whole room.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Oh, well, I like it.
Yeah,
There's plenty of guys that gonna like it.
where they at?
Where they at? I think they just scared to approach you now because you Tiffany Haddish now.
But I'm still soft and squishy and nice.
Everybody needs love.
I love to fry chicken, make spaghettis.
She fries chicken too, fellas.
Yep, and I make kale salad and briskets.
Oh, my
and
God.
I know how to barbecue and I know how to grow things. I got my own garden.
You got your own garden.
I got
What's
my
in the
own garden. We got it's just me. Strawberries, kale, collard greens, onions.
And then you make all this yourself?
Yeah. I had smuggled in the onions and the garlic from Africa when I went to Africa. And so now I got African onions.
You smuggled in, don't tell customs.
Too late now. You got to come to the
We're
backyard.
always scared to bring back food because we're like, that dog is going to sniff us one of these times.
That dog sniffed me and the dog was like, that's just onion.
This place isn't that bad. It's like 2 Starbucks right down there. You made it sound like it was the ghetto or something.
I never said it was the ghetto. That's your words.
I think you did.
This place wasn't that bad, just a little rough around the edges. Actually, it brings back a lot of memories. John, you had any challenges in your career and how did you get past them?
Well, I think there's always challenges. For me, the biggest challenge is how do you follow up success? So it's like All of Me comes out and does so well and so huge, and then after that, you have to, like, the pressure that people put on you is that you have to follow that up with something similar, or you have to match what you did before. And so for me, I try not to get so caught up in, well, I need to beat this song or I need to beat this album sale. I just focus on how can I be better as an artist? How can I become greater as a writer? How can I become better as a live performer? How can I connect with my audience better? And so I try not to think too much about the outside pressure of sales and matching something I did before, but just focus on, can I be better at my craft? How about you?
Oh man, my whole career is riddled with challenges.
Yeah.
I had the homeless challenge. I think that should be a challenge that everybody take on at least one time in life.
That's a real challenge.
That's a real challenge. And
how long were you homeless?
Oh man, 3 different times, 3 months each time. I think 3
Okay.
different times God was trying to teach me something, and I didn't learn to the third time.
To the third time was a charm.
I learned the lesson the
Yes.
third time, and that was to not be. I think that lesson was to not be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Like always, I was so afraid to ask. Like I got a lot of pride. I had a lot of pride.
Yes.
And so I wouldn't ask for help. I wouldn't. I would just be like, just try to make it like seem like I got it going on,
Yeah.
but really I didn't have nothing going on. And I think that taught me a lot of humility, and it taught me how to just be myself and stop trying to be fake.
Yeah.
Like, and once I stopped trying to be something I thought the world wanted me to be.
Yeah.
That's when, like, I stopped being homeless. I started, like, eating meals every day.
Yeah, amazing.
And people started coming to my comedy shows, and I
Yes.
started booking TV gigs.
So you were
and stuff.
homeless while you were working as a comedian?
Yeah, man. At 18, at 21, at 24. Like, yeah.
Wow.
And then after that, I just started saying, I'm going to just try to be myself. Forget trying to have, like, I would always have my nails done and my hair done and try to wear nice clothes.
Yeah.
But I'd be in the car, baby wiping myself. I'm
Yeah.
homeless as hell.
I saw a story about you getting some kind of scholars program with the comedy club that they kind of sent you away to a camp or something like that.
Yeah, so my social worker, I was getting in trouble in school, and she was like, you got 2 choices this summer. You can go to psychiatric therapy, or you can go to Laugh Factory Comedy Camp.
Oh,
what do you
man.
want to do?
I didn't even know that existed until I read that.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Laugh Factory Comedy Camp's been around for like 38 years.
Wow.
Or 37 years. And basically during the summer, they take at-risk youth and they teach them, and there's comedians there, and they let them get up on stage and they teach them communications, how to write a joke, how to tell a joke, how to tell if the audience is feeling it or not feeling
That's
it.
so
and
dope.
Just how to speak your mind.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I ever had Like, it taught me confidence, communication, like stage presence, when
Did
to
you
shut
know
up. when to
before
talk.
that you wanted to be a comedian?
No, before that, I wanted to be a horse farmer, and I wanted to work at a Snicker factory, and
Well, you have a farm at least.
yeah,
in
I
your
have a
backyard.
farm. I do got the farm. I am gonna buy me a little pony. My goal is to get one of them little mini ponies because they can be really mean and be like my security.
People have horses around like parts of LA or at least the suburbs of LA.
Yeah, in Compton there's horses, and Watts there's horses.
Yeah.
I live in South Central.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a horse. So.
Well, a horse, a garden. I love it. And you're a comedian now, and all because you went to that camp.
Yeah, all because.
So before that, you had no idea you wanted to be a comedian?
No, before that, I just enjoyed comedy, and I just would make people laugh. And I thought, like, I used to think, oh, maybe because I was winning drama festivals and stuff all the time and monologues.
Yeah, so you were an actor first.
Yeah, I guess so. But I was
yeah.
not really trying to be an actress, though. I was trying to get with this boy. That's the only reason.
That drives a lot. That's what makes the world go round.
Like, have you ever sang to a woman and she's like,
Oh, I've definitely tried to sing to the ladies. My first time really starting to try was probably around like age 12 or 13. And I was like, I've been looking all this night at you. I wanna spend some time with you. And these are the kind of songs I was singing. And it didn't really work out.
Nah, they
with
wasn't
that
feeling
one.
that, right?
No.
Like me and my homegirl.
But I was young though, because I was like a couple years young in my high school class. So
Yeah.
I was like this little kid thinking I was cute, but they wanted somebody to look a little older.
Yeah, they want a grown man.
Yeah, they want a man.
Yeah. Because like me and my best friend, we tried to start a singing group when we was 13 because we thought that's how we gonna get fine boyfriends if we
Okay.
had a singing group, and then
Yeah.
we'll be rich with our pretty hair and stuff.
Yes.
And we sing this song, at the bus stop, baby, you are the one that I'm waiting for. But we never.
At the bus stop.
Yeah, we would sing it, and we sang it into a tape recorder, and when we played it back, you could hear the dogs go, "Arr, arr," and we was like, yeah,
You still have the tape?
we destroyed the tape. We was like, you know what? We not finna be no singing group. Let's just be cool girls.
And then you finally discovered you were a comedian, and you've been through a lot of challenges since then, but now you're doing your thing, and the world knows that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
It's
and the
amazing.
world knows that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Did your mama get you piano class?
Yes, when I was 4, I started taking piano lessons. I grew up in the church too, so I grew up around music. My mother was the choir director, my grandmother was the organist. So my grandmother helped teach me, but also took lessons at this local music store. And I started taking them. We had a piano at the house. My brother was playing drums. He was taking drum lessons. And we just would play all the time. We had a little family band. We called it the Stevens Five. It was me, my brother, and my younger brother, and then my 2 cousins. And my older cousin, he was kind of like the Michael. I was like the Jermaine or the Tito. And but we'd sing gospel. We would sing gospel at these church events and things like that. And I started singing at that time, and I loved it. I just loved performing. I loved writing songs. I loved playing piano and singing. And I knew I wanted to do it eventually.
Oh, that's awesome. So can you read music too?
I can read music. I read a little bit. I'm very slow now though, because I don't practice enough. But I grew up reading like classical piano, but I started playing in the church, and in the, as you probably know, in the black church, it's more improvisational, and you don't actually read a lot throughout the service, so you just have to have a good ear. And so for me, that's what I developed more of, was the ear and less of the reading, and so I didn't stay up on the reading.
So you can't read it that good. So that's like when I learned Spanish. Like I could speak it, but not that good.
Yeah, well, my Spanish, I was like proficient in college in Spanish, but now I can read it, but not really speak it or hear it that well.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like a genius. Cause like you like multilingual, like you can read music.
Sort of.
Cause they say music is a language.
I'm like jack of all trades, but master of none.
Okay.
So I can do a little Spanish, a little reading sheet music.
Are you good at math?
I'm very good at math.
Yeah, see? I knew it. That's why I gotta learn how to read music. Then I'll get better at counting
Music
this
and
money.
math, they go together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Show me just a little of your omnipresent reign. Show me there's a reason for you wanting me to die. You fought to king on women now, but not so hot on why.
You
I want to take every white movie that ever came out and make it black.
And make it black.
Do the black version.
The black version of this. The black version of that.
I want to do Laverne and Shirley with me and Maya Rudolph, and we do the black version.
You know,
of Laverne and Shirley.
when y'all presented together at the Oscars, I saw that on Twitter. Somebody was saying y'all should do like something together where y'all remake.
Yeah, like Thelma and Louise.
Yes, Thelma and
Laverne
Louise.
Shirley,
I would love to see that.
Lacey, you know.
I would love to see that. Y'all's chemistry was very good in that brief moment.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people want more. So are we
Yeah.
talking about this? Is this going to happen?
I mean, we communicate.
Okay.
We communicate.
Okay.
We'll see. You know, she's very busy.
You're
So
both
am
very
I.
busy.
So am I.
But that needs to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak it into existence.
Yes.
Manifest it.
Yes.
How do you feel about like what's going on now in the community, like in diversity in film and television?
I feel like we're seeing a lot of progress. I feel like particularly with black films and black television, I think we're seeing a lot. And I think the success of films like Girls Trip, of films like Black Panther, of course, it just tells Hollywood that it's good business to include us in the conversation, to include us not only as faces on the screen, but behind the camera, directing, writing, and all those things. I think we're seeing evidence that we can make money for Hollywood and for ourselves, and we can give people the opportunity to see themselves on screen when they haven't seen enough of that before. And I hope that includes other communities as well, not just black folks.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Asian folks, Hispanic folks, they can all see themselves on screen because they deserve to see that, and there's a good business case for it too. They spend money. They will go to films if they feel like it connects with their experience, and so we've got to give folks more opportunity to see that.
That's why one of my goals is to be on a Japanese soap opera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to be in Japan.
I'm not even familiar with Japanese soap operas.
Oh man, they so good. It's
Are
so
they?
good. Oh yeah, so
Okay.
dramatic yet so controlled.
Serene.
Yes, it's like meditation. Yeah, so I want to do that.
I want to check that out.
日本語が少しわかりますか?
All right.